Welcome to Firearms of America. Today, as you guys can see, I have this beautiful Beretta 92fs for a review, and I am very excited to review of this gun. One of the reasons why is because this gun since 1985 was actually an official US military sight gun. So let's do some shooting and see what it can do. Now this particular one is chambered in 9mm, just like the M9, which was the military designation for the gun. And if you're not familiar with the Beretta, Beretta is an Italian brand, Italian manufacturer, and they started in 1975, and in only 10 years they became the standard sidearm for US military. So that's very impressive. Now let's talk a little bit about the magazine. Very easy to load, made out of steel. Very easy to load. I like the spring in it. And although it is not all the way numbered, kind of like a Glock magazine, you can see there's 5, 10, and 15. So I'm gonna put 10 rounds through it. It's double stacked. And the capacity, obviously you already know, is 15, which is very impressive. Pretty good. Let's see, and we got, looks like 10 rounds. Let's do some shooting. Very excited. Now this particular one is 5-inch barrel, as you can see, with a nice open slide. Looks really cool, but the main question is how it handles the recoil. All right, so let's see if we can shoot that yellow circle in the very center and see if we can do a better job with it. Oh wow, that was good while it lasted. See what happened here. Got a little bit of a jam and got a little bit of some more jam. Not sure what's going on. Am I giving it too much play? Let's see if I can handle it. No, got another jam. Huh. Let's see. And a different kind of jam. Now it did not extract properly. And good old kind of jam. Now I know why you were replaced. Let's do 5 more rounds to be fair. See all these rounds that it didn't shoot. See all the jamming, which there can be a few reasons for it. Can be a magazine, can be an ammo, can be a gun, can be your grip, but not my grip. All right, let's do 5 more rounds and see if we get the same result here. Bullseye and a jam. Well, good thing it was bullseye, because if you get a jam like this and you don't hit it from the first try, that's not very good, especially if you're in the military. Let's see. We got another jam. Now, I have to say, guys, this is definitely not ammo, because I have just been reviewing a few things with this ammo. It was Glock 26 that have not had a single jam, and it did not extract properly. All right, but we all know Glock for reliability, and some of you know Beretta for the lack of such. Let's see. And again, did not extract properly. Now, whenever it comes to not being extracted properly, the empty cartridge, sometimes what you want to do is you want to try a ammo that packs a little bit more punch, and usually it solves the problem. Some pistols, they're just a little bit more picky whenever it comes to, you know, whatever kind of ammo you're shooting through it. just for example like this one. So pretty much jams on every round. Let's talk about the features. It obviously doesn't like the ammo that I am shooting. So let's talk about the grip first. As you can see, there's a very sufficient amount of aggression. There's very nice area to grip, and you can really tell whenever you're shooting. It handles the recoil beautifully. It's probably one of the smoothest guns that I have shot, 9mm guns that I have shot. Like I said, it's 4.9, so almost 5-inch barrel. I think it's an excellent length of a barrel whenever it comes to the 9mm round, and just the weight distribution of this gun just makes it very, very smooth. I just wish that it did not jam. Very important, right? Okay, let's talk about a few other features. We have our mag release, which is sort of a smaller area that you would typically find any other gun. It works fairly nicely. It's not ambidextrous. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. However, a nice plus is that it is reversible. So this gun is definitely appropriate, sort of for lefties, right? Not leftists, lefties. I say sort of because the decocking safety here, and we'll talk a little bit about it later, is ambidextrous. However, the slide release is not ambidextrous, so, you know. Okay, let's talk about the trigger. I do like the trigger a lot. Let me demonstrate. It's a single double action trigger, but in single action you have a very nice, very crisp trigger. You have a very familiar 2mm travel, and then probably about 3mm of kind of getting there travel, and after that it's a very, very crisp snap. I do like it a lot. So let me show you the double action trigger and also demonstrate here the operation of the decocking safety. Now, why decocking? Because that's what it really does. If you have your gun cocked, you see the external hammer here. If you engage the decocking safety, what it does is it decocks the safety, which I've met some people who are kind of scared of this, and if you're one of them, what I usually recommend you do is whenever you engage the decocking safety, you're holding the hammer with your thumb, you engage the decocker, and then you nicely release the hammer. It takes away all the anxiety of decocking. But anyway, so now we have our trigger in double action, because now it is decocked, right? So you turn off the safety, and now you have a double action trigger which looks like this. So you have about 1mm of something, and then you do get that double action pull, which starts pulling the hammer, as you can see, and it is fairly tight, okay, fairly tight. So if you are using the double action as safety, for safety purposes, if you're carrying this gun as a concealed carry or something like that, definitely a great trigger to have. So 1mm, and we have it kind of halfway there already, so I'm gonna do it again. Engage the decocker, release it, 1mm, and then we're going. It's getting got probably a good 10mm of travel, and then so it's really kind of hard to tell where the trigger is gonna break. But if you do prefer to conceal carry this gun, or to carry this gun in general without the safety engaged in a double action mode, right, I would recommend you try and practice with it on the range, just to kind of get used to that double action trigger. So just cock it, decock it, and then shoot, and then repeat each round doing the same thing. But one of the things that I wanted to point out here, which is kind of unique to Berettas, is because they have this open slide design, and as you can see, which kind of contributes to a few things. First of all, it saves on weight, saves on the production expense, materials, all of that sort of stuff. But there's another thing. If you notice, as you can see, the barrel here does not tilt up whenever the slide goes back, which very much helps with accuracy. And I can definitely tell, even though I'm not that accurate in general. But one thing that it takes away from, however, is because of this sort of a slick design of the slide, you do have this very minuscule gripping area here to rack the slide. It's sort of very, you know, especially considering that there is this decocking mechanism. Obviously, if you're doing your natural, does not feel good. Does not feel good. The only way you can do it to kind of make it feel good, you have to use your fingers. Yeah, just 2 fingers. That's a little bit finicky, to say the least. One thing that I do like about this gun are the sights. The sights are very nice. One thing besides the trigger, I do like the trigger a lot. The sights are very nice. It's a standard 3-dot sight. Very intuitive, very easy to get used to. And before I finish this review, start getting to the conclusion, let me do 5 more rounds and see if we're gonna have the same issue happening, or maybe this Beretta will change its mind. All right, Beretta, don't let me down. Let's see. There we go. All right. And jam. And jam. Open the empty one, by the way. This time, different jam. And no jam. Yes. Wait, no, that was actually jam. Never mind. Double action. Nothing. So it's a third kind of different jam. All right. Yes. And the jam. And you run out of ammo. So, as you can see, I mean, this gun is, if it's shooting right, if it's not jamming, it's absolute pleasure to shoot. First of all, it makes you more accurate than you actually are, like with me, for example. Second of all, it's the smoothest gun that I have shot so far, that I have in my life, reviewed on this channel. This is the smoothest. I absolutely love how it shoots. But, you know, considering that what happened with all of these jams, 3 different kind of jams, kind of a lot. And in fact, there was a survey that was done for the US military, kind of to get the opinion of theirs, the soldiers in the field, of their handguns. Almost 50% of those who took the survey complained about the reliability issue of this firearm. So it's a nice firearm to have. Definitely good part of history. Definitely an interesting design. If you find the right ammo for it with a little bit more punch, so that you're not having any problems with the extraction, I think you will definitely enjoy it. It's built very nicely. It's probably one of the best aesthetically looking guns. I just wish it was a little bit more reliable.